If you're relying on Facebook or Instagram to market your breeding program, you're putting your business at the mercy of someone else's platform. Social media can help people discover you, but your website is where trust is built. Today I'm going to explain why every ethical dog breeder should have a professional website, even if you already have an active Facebook page. Hi, I'm Amy, founder of The Breeder Connection. I'm also a French Bulldog breeder, so I understand the unique challenges ethical breeders face when trying to market their programs. I also have a PhD and over 18 years of experience in consumer neuroscience and marketing research, studying how people make decisions and what builds trust with consumers. My goal is to help responsible breeders build trust, increase visibility, and attract qualified puppy buyers. I want you to break through the clutter of all the breeders that are out there. So first, let's talk about why social media by itself is not enough. I hear this all the time from breeders. I already have a Facebook page. I get lots of followers. I get lots of activity. Or I sell all of my puppies through word of mouth. That's wonderful, and hopefully that continues. But think about what happens when someone hears about your kennel. Maybe another breeder recommends you. Maybe they see one of your puppies on Instagram. Maybe they find you through Google. But what's the very next thing that they do? They either click on or search for your website because that's where buyers expect to learn more. Without a website, they often wonder, are they still breeding? Are they legitimate? Do they health test? What are their breeding goals? How do I contact them? A website answers these questions immediately, putting it right in front of them. And without that, they might move on to the next breeder option on their list. They want this easy access of information, and that website gives that to them. So one of the most important parts of having your website is building trust. Your website isn't just an online brochure. It's your opportunity to tell your story before a puppy buyer ever reaches out. A great breeder website communicates things like your philosophy as a breeder, your commitment to health testing, your breeding goals, information about your parent dogs, puppy raising practices, your puppy application process, testimonials from previous families, and educational resources. All of those things reduce uncertainty in that puppy buying process. And reducing uncertainty is one of the biggest drivers of trust. So remember, most puppy buyers aren't comparing one breeder, they're comparing several. The breeder with the most complete, professional, transparent website often earns that first inquiry. Another benefit of a good website is SEO. So you've probably heard this a lot, breeder SEO, search engine optimization. We want your website to be found, and we want you to be found as a breeder. A good website helps drive SEO and helps people discover your breeding program. Google can't rank information that doesn't exist. The more helpful information you provide on your website, the more opportunities Google has to understand what your breeding program offers. For example, if someone searches English Bulldog breeders near me, Google looks for websites that answer those searches. So that means pages about your breed, your health testing, available puppies, puppy applications, your location, educational content can all improve your visibility over time. So SEO isn't about tricking Google, it's about making it easier for Google and puppy buyers to understand who you are. Let's talk about some of the common mistakes we see with breeder websites. The first mistake we see regarding breeder websites is having no website at all. If buyers can't learn about you online, they'll often move on to the next breeder. Mistake number 2 we see in regards to breeder websites is outdated information. So nothing says inactive breeder like puppies listed from 2 years ago. You need to make sure you keep your website current, even if you don't currently have puppies available. Just having information about upcoming litters, planned breedings, updates on some of your dogs, things like that will keep it active. Mistake number 3 when it comes to breeder websites is only talking about puppies. Ethical breeders should also showcase health testing that they do, the temperament that they have in their different breeding dogs, the temperament of their puppies, what shapes that, the breeding philosophy, and education. Those are things that serious puppy buyers care about. Mistake number 4 we often see in regards to breeder websites is there's no clear way to contact you. Don't make it hard for buyers to find your contact information. They don't want to have to hunt to find your email address or a phone number. Make sure you include very easy to find links to get to your contact page, an inquiry forum, and social media links. You want to make this as streamlined and easy for that puppy buyer as possible. Mistake number 5 when it comes to breeder websites is having no educational content. The breeders who teach often become the breeders that buyers trust. So including educational pages about your breed, about health testing and what it means, about nutrition, puppy development, or preparing for a new puppy not only helps buyers, but it also improves your visibility in search engines. If you only do one thing after watching this video, open your website or ask a friend who isn't familiar with your breeding program to look at it. Then ask, could I quickly tell what makes this breeder different? Would I understand their breeding philosophy? Could I easily contact them? Would I trust them enough to submit an application? If the answer to any of those questions is no, or if you don't have a website, you've identified your next improvement as a breeder. So I hope you found this helpful. Remember, your website isn't just where people learn about your puppies, it's where they decide whether they trust you. Great breeding programs deserve great marketing. You want to build trust, increase your visibility to make it easier for you to be found, and your growth will follow. If you'd like more tips on marketing ethical breeding programs, be sure to subscribe. And if you'd like help building or improving your breeder website, visit thebreederconnection.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.